right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Ty Montgomery, former star at nearby Stanford. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Finds his target, Montgomery. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Running back, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Jackson. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Leopard! Here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore. Touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Able to slither by. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21.
13.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 79 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Detroit!
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Jackson on second down. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens. Throwing now, Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And off comes to Montgomery. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at third and a few inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And incomplete, an excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Crabtree the target on that one. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon, and he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10, and that's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. McKinnon. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to find Garcon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Garcon with his first grab, good enough for a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's McKinnon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Now it's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jack Whiskey Tart. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go, here we go. 21, 21. 12, fellas, here we go.
They run it with McKinnon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
11.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action, now Garoppolo. And a 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Flush to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeForest Buckner able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
Watching that body.
To throw on 2nd down, Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. He's got a man complete. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Corey Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Garoppolo looks to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
20, 21, 21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And his pass incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Black 80!
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Garoppolo on first down. A dump down to McKinnon. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Corey Grant, 78 yards. And the Ravens are in for 6. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because with their hope.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback. But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now let's go. Green.
And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's third down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
11. Hey, go. Go ahead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 25. 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go.
Play action. It's Jackson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Bird. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. Green 39.
They pitch it out to Montgomery, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They wanted it every position.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Flex round. Flex round.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now this time he'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the outcut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good yardage scheme going.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Montgomery on the counter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shane Ray in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Ravens on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
11.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here again is McKinnon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Wait.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll try to run with McKinnon. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are a point away from leading this game. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the 49ers, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3 and 5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.